Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Decided to do a little live stream here. Kevin, good morning. Little live stream here to finish off the year. Let's see what happens. I'm not expecting a whole lot out of the markets. It's been one of those weeks where it's just been super, super range bound. Looking at the NQs here, looking at 165 zone. If 165 zone breaks, you probably could have a little bit of a move there, but I'd expect that level to probably hold some resistance. I would not be surprised if today's a little bit of a down day. So looking at 17118 area for support, 17165 zone for resistance. That's what I'm looking at this morning. Guys, remember 71% off with Apex ends, I think, on the 31st. Today is the 28th. And it also has 50% off resets, so take advantage of that, all right? Let's see what happens this morning. Let's go take a quick look here at the Qs. Big gap up today. I wouldn't be surprised if we get back down here and test this level right here. It's a little bit of a double top zone. It wouldn't surprise me if we get down here and test that zone there. If we don't and we just decide to rocket ship, then well, it is what it is. But right now, I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen. Wow, right back down to the lows here on the NQs. Right back down to the lows. Trying to bounce off that level now, but it's looking weak. Looking mighty weak. Guys, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button. Really helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Let me put out a quick tweet. Let everybody know we're live. What do we call it now? Do we call it a tweet or do we call it an X? So we're watching 17118 area for support and 17166 zone for resistance. Damn, bro, look at that candle to the downside. Are you kidding me? That is a monster. From 145 to 124, 123 area. Good lord. I get it's got all the bears salivating, that's for sure. Oh, Joel just sent me some codes, guys. 40% off everything. Nice. Hell yeah. What? Was not expecting that. He just sent me that text message. I guess he saw that I was live. Oh, and I'm just now getting a text message from someone about a boat I'm looking to buy. Is Blake World Cat Naples? I had the boat washed yesterday afternoon. For photos, it's been raining ever since. As soon as it rains, that's up. All right. Hey, Blake. Thank you for the follow up. Okay, so let me grab this code real quick here. I could save it. All right, we're getting all the way down there towards that potential support zone on the Qs, guys. Could see a little bit of a relief bounce down there. Here you guys go. There's the code just in case you're interested in any of the courses, everything from stocks and options to futures. 40% off right now with code. What's the code? Save me 40 now. Look at John all being all creative. So what I'm going to watch here is to see if we do a little bit of a bear flag. Maybe we can get a little bear flag or a bounce back into like that 45 zone. Yeah, back into that 45 zone, that 45 zone previous level of potential support maybe now turns into some resistance. So I'm going to watch that. Bottom area would be the 34 zone. 34 zone for resistance on bounce backs. Suckers all just like sell, sell, sell.
Sell, sell, sell.
This doesn't work. All right, so maybe we start to get that little bounce back here. We can look for a little bit of a short opportunity. Guys, any questions, throw them up in chat there. All right, so we're trying to get that bounce back here. It's a little bit more heftier of a candle than I thought we'd get. But we are getting a potential little bounce back here. So definitely going to watch this zone here. See what comes of it. See if we get a little bit of a drop back on down maybe. If we get back down underneath the 20s, I think you got room there to fall. You can get back under the 20s. You got room to fall back to basically 17,100 area. It's pretty much what I'm seeing there. If that whole 34, 35 area can hold resistance. That's the only way that works, obviously. The volume on the bounce back starting to get slightly stronger. You know, it's a bit of a toss up there. Let's see what happens. Looking like it might want to continue pushing. If the Qs break over VWAP, then that's when I think, you know, that trade idea is done. Like that short potential is done and it's not going to work out. But if the Qs can stay underneath VWAP, you know, we're just looking for a little bit of a drop, maybe a little bit of a gap fill. But it might want to just go nuts and finish the year off on a banger. Although tomorrow's the last trading day of the year. Right? Today's Thursday, yeah. So we'll see if that 35, 36 zone wants to hold resistance on the NQs. Get another drop back on down there towards the 20s. Then get back on down there towards the 20s. You could see a nice little potential drop. We're getting a little bit of a potential drop there. See how those 25s want to do. Still kind of bear flagging a little bit. We'll see. We go another drop there into 27 land. We want to see it break 25. If it could break underneath 25, I think you get a flush back down there towards that 20 zone. Can it do it for us? That's going to be the question. All right, 26 is getting tested, breaking 25s. There we go, all the way down to 24 zone. Not bad. Can we break down once more? Get into the 20s. She's bouncing back on up, boys. Let's see if we can break those 20s. If we can break those 20s, you might get a nice little run on down there, get into the 10s, and then eventually maybe the 100 zone. There we go, getting back into the 20s. Can we break it? There we go, nice break of the 20s. Let's go. Last piece off to come off here for me at 1875 zone if we can get there. Oh, we got it. Okay. Oh yeah, nice. Quick 500 bucks to start the day off across 5 accounts. I think I could just finish up the year there. Bang, done deal, right? Not bad. Nice little scalpy scalp. Not a bad little play at all, guys. Not a bad little play at all. So going to continue watching here. Let's see what it wants to do now. All right, so we're back to bouncing around here a little bit. It's starting to get a little bit choppy. Because ideally, when we broke underneath that 20, we should have flushed it. Like, there's no reason for us to be right back here at 30 zone. We really should be around 10 right now. But take a look at the volume. Let me see here. Can you see the volume? Yeah. Take a look at this volume here on the drop. We didn't really increase the volume on the drop. We were kind of bear flagging, and we broke down and out of it. We didn't really increase that volume. So it didn't show that there was a lot of selling pressure. And that's what you want to see typically as we go lower. You want to see that volume start to increase, showing you increasing selling pressure. We're not seeing that right now. Let's go take a quick look here at some of the equities. NVFY up 202% on the day. Right now, it's not doing a whole lot. Let's throw out some fib levels here. We got the 23.6 fib lining up with the VWAP area, and we have a little bit of a bear flag formation underneath that 9 AMA. Sorry, underneath that VWAP. You could see it drawn down back here to $4 if that bear flag breaks down. Oh, let's head on over back to the futures. We're back down here on the NQs, testing the lows, trying to bounce off that 17 zone yet again. It's that chop continuing there. But it is looking weakish. On NVFY, if it can break back up over VWAP, then you can watch for a squeeze for those that got short inside of the bear flag. Let's head on over there real quick. You're seeing that we're breaking, trying to break. We're testing that VWAP zone. It's going to try to break it, but in order to break it and hold, you're going to need to start to see volume like this take place. Otherwise, bears will stay in control on this one. All right, you're still bear flagging on the NQs. You still got the same type of formation here on the Qs. NVFY trying to get through VWAP. Look at the volume increasing like we talked about. Look at the volume increasing like we talked about. If that volume keeps increasing, you might get that breakout there. Head back on over to the NQs. We made a new low by a few quarter points. But you still haven't gotten that trap door to open up and have this thing flush back to 17,100, which you have a big tug of war right now. You have a tug of war here between the bears and the bulls, right? And right now, the bulls are showing signs of strength. They're showing signs of strength, absolutely. NVFY guys trying to get that breakout here. Look at the volume. Look at the volume. Is exactly what we talked about. It trapped those bears inside that little mini bear flag. If you start to get volume like this, like ideally, if I was going to get long NVFY, what I would look for, I'm going to show you right now. What I would look for would be exactly this. We break up here, get right in here almost to the highs, then pull back and hold VWAP. Then attack. Then attack and break out the highs. That's what I would be looking for if I was looking to get long on VFY, VF, and VFY. And then the type of volume you'd want to see, right, to coincide with that would be that. And then on the pullback, something like this. And then on the breakout, you're going to want a big old volume bar, kind of like these. That would be the ideal scenario for the long potential here. Heading on back over here to the NQs, guys, just kind of drifting lower. We're making lower highs, Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. But we're just drifting and grinding lower. We're not getting that nice little big flush that I was looking for earlier. Time is at 9:51 a.m. And there we go, heading lower. All right, guys, what I'm going to do here is we're going to review real quickly the trade I took earlier this morning. It was a textbook trade. It was a textbook trade. The only thing I wish I would have done was possibly had added a couple more contracts, possibly. But overall, I'm looking at the trade and I'm really happy with the outcome on it. Let me show you real quick here. I told you I was going to watch that 35 zone, first 45 zone for resistance, and then 35 being the next resistance zone. We bounced back up into it here, and I got short in front of that 35 zone. We broke up above it. When we got back underneath it within the same candle, I went ahead and got short here at 32, 31, 32.50, 31.25, and then I had a small add here at 28.75. And then on this very next candle here, we came on back down here. I decided to be a little bit safer at 25 and take a piece off just in case, just in case, because that little area was trying to be a little bit troublesome. So I decided to take a little piece off there at 25. And then I took some more off here in front of the low. The low at the time was 20. I took 22.75 off. And then I held on to some for a new low. We got all the way back down here, made a new low. And then right here on this candle, I literally bottom ticked it and got flat at 18.75. Not bad. That 18.75 is this last contract short from 28.75. Good for 10 points on that last take. I'll be very happy with that. So this was 31 and 32s. I took those off at 25 and 22s. So another 10 points there. Not bad. Not bad. Can't complain about that in the least bit. Let's head back on over here to the stocks. NVFY, guys, you got to keep this one on watch as long as it's holding this zone. This zone is also a bit of a daily level from back here. Look, you see back here, some tops. We're holding support right at those old tops. Nice increase in volume on the VWAP break. Nice decreasing volume on the pullback to hold VWAP here. I would have preferred a little bit higher of a breakout, but as long as it's above this VWAP 23.6 fib level, this $5 zone, this thing has potential. I would be long if I was trading the equity right now in here with a stop just underneath here. So I'll stop at around 490. First take profit zone between 6 to 625 would be my take. Is the big flex, is that a new stock? NVFY? No, look at the daily chart. This thing's been around since at least 2018. Keep an eye on that one there, guys. We're getting the NQs trying to get a little bounce back here off these lows. Adam, what's up, my man? Let me see here. Let me move the chat real quick so I can read. Nice job with the levels as usual. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Could you explain what's going on when price continues to drop with no volume increasing? Yeah, it's just passive selling. It's just passive selling. If the volume was increasing, then you'd probably seen a higher selling pressure. So it's just passive selling, you know. People are up money, they're just taking some profits off the table here and there. Nothing special going on, right? It's just a small little uh drift lower or higher. You have to understand also right now where we're in. It's December 28th, right? Tomorrow's the last trading day of the year. This whole week has been grindy and it's been troublesome because of that, right? Because of that. Why? Well, think about it like we've talked about it in the past. How many players do we have on the field right now, right? People are off on vacations trying to end the year. Honestly, I've been super chilling this week. And typically, a lot of people will pump you up for next week. But typically, the start of next week is rather lackluster because people are still in that vacation mode. You know, they're still in that vacation mode. So you'll see that, you'll see a lot of light volume breakouts, a lot of light volume breakdowns, which tend to translate into choppiness, grindy action. That's why more than likely that one trade for me this morning is done. More than likely that's it for me today. And I'm thinking about streaming tomorrow morning, but honestly, it might just be commentary. I probably won't even trade tomorrow morning if I stream. What chart on the left? I'm confused. What do you mean, what chart on the left? So when I was talking about the stock, you see here, you got a 3-minute chart. Right here, you have a 15-minute chart. And right here, you have a daily. When I scroll like this, you're looking to the left here, right? For past resistance zones. See, this is a past resistance zone right here. Now I'm going to turn this into a daily chart. Sorry, into the 3-minute chart. I'm not even going to move it. This is the 3-minute chart over here. You can see the pattern failed, but I'm going to turn it into a 3-minute chart. You see how it was holding that line for about 6 minutes before it failed? It was trying to hold it as support. It was previously resistance on the daily chart, turned turned resistance again intraday, turned support, and then it failed. It's failing because there's just a lack of volume. There's a tremendous lack of volume going on right now because, well, it's what it is. It's the end of the year. Hope that helps. Back on over to the NQs. We're getting that bounce back here. We talked about 15 zone. We got to 1475. Now we're getting a bounce back on off of that level. You could see this thing get itself back to 35 zone. If it can break 35, it could get a little squeezy. But I don't know, man. Like, I'm done. I'm not going to take another trade. I'll continue doing some commentary, hanging out with you guys for a little while here. But I'm not going to take another trade here because I just feel like the closer we get into the later parts of the morning, the choppier and more grindy it's going to be. Man, I gotta off this light real quick here. I did this stream so quickly, I didn't even fix my lighting. Boom. It's a little bit better, a little bit too bright. What the hell are the buttons on this thing? Even my camera's acting a fool. Damn it. All right. So you're trading stocks and futures? I trade stocks and futures, yes. I'm not trading stocks right now, but I trade stocks and futures. When was it? Last month, I think it was. I was trading Netflix. We were doing Netflix options and futures. Yeah. When you learn how to trade patterns and setups, you can apply those same patterns and setups across the board. It doesn't matter if you're trading stocks, if you're trading futures, if you're trading crypto. I've traded crypto successfully with the same exact patterns. And it was all over social media. Back on the last bull run, I was trading Shiba Inu with a bull flag set up. And that was a beautiful swing trade. We held it for like, I don't know, 3 days, a week or something like that. And that bull flag worked out beautifully. It was a nice $3,000 winner. And all I used for it was my phone on Coinbase. Yeah, the gap up. That's it. Just the gap up. Look at that bounce off that level we talked about, guys. 35 would be my next level that I would look at. If it gets up there with a nice increase in volume, it might break out. You could see a push back towards 50. Could see a push back towards 50. Oh, crap. So I'm trying to negotiate a boat. So pretty soon my boat's going to be up for sale. It looks like we have an offer that's been accepted. So next weekend I have to go see a boat. That's that's a way to start the year off. This thing's big. 33 feet. Twin 300 V8 Verados supercharged. Oh boy. Thank you very much. Cuban coffee time, guys. Oh my god, that's delicious. All right, so that 30 zone holding a little bit of resistance, you're not getting a strong bounce back. In fact, you're getting the reverse. You're getting a stronger rejection. And you could see that fail come now. Let's go check on the Qs real quick. Qs didn't quite get up there. New low here down to 1175. Qs didn't get quite up here to the VWAP zone. The Qs are about to test this previous double top right here from well, this is the 27th. So you got this previous double top here. Wow, we're just slicing right on through that. We did get a piece of news come out as well at 10 a.m. I believe it was housing numbers. Pending home sales numbers should have been coming out there. I see 0.00%. So like nothing changed on it. Expected was negative 1.2%. The forecast was 1%. That is one crazy candle to the downside. That thing just ripped right through that previous potential bounce zone. You know, old resistance becomes new support. So far, it has not held support at all. And if we come on back over here to the futures, you see that quick drop right into 106 zone. Oh, wow. Straight down, guys. I thought today might be a red day, but I didn't think that it was going to be that difficult to trade it. So now, ideally, what I'd want to see is a little bit of an extension move to that downside, maybe get down there to 195 zone, something like that, and then give us a bounce back into that 115 zone. If it can give us a bounce back right in here, see this previous support zone? A bounce back into that zone could lead to a potential short setup. Oh, looks like we might just get one of those crazy candles. Let's see. Give me 1 second here, guys. Talking to the guys about the boat. Okay, we're getting that bounce back right into that 15 zone, guys. A short here would be with the stop over the 15 area. So you're risking about 4 points, 5 points for a chance at least right around 8 to 10 points on the first take profit with more downside potential. I didn't get in on it. I was replying to the messages here, so I didn't about the boat I'm looking at, so I'm not in on it. I'm not trusting the moves too much, so I would scalp a portion of the order of the a portion of the position, and then immediately basically set a stop at the break even area or slightly above it, just so that the trade either ends up being a scratch trade or it ends up being a small winner. If it goes, if it doesn't go, if it doesn't get back down to those lows. But I'm not in on it. So far, I'm just in on the one and done today, up $500 times 5 accounts. So nice, a little bit over $500. So nice $2,500, $2,600 day. Yeah, up 511 times 5 accounts. What is that, like 2560 or something like that? 2555. Let's see how good I am at math. 2555. Calculators don't lie. All right, it's looking like that one might work, guys. just weak. It's weak. So the low days at 275, I would take some off in front of that zone. So anywhere between 105 to that 102 zone, I'd take off a piece, hold on to some for the extension into that 100 zone. I'd expect anything between 95 to 100 to maybe give a bounce. So I'd probably take another piece off there and then hold on to one runner. When I mean what by one runner, it would be basically just, a small portion of the position. So let's say you had only 3 contracts. Well, in that case, it'd be one contract, one lot I'd hold on to as a runner with a trailing stop, a mental trailing stop. Or, if I had 10 contracts, well, then in that case, I might hold on to 2 or 3 runners. Sucker's looking weak, man. It's looking like if you guys got in on that 15 short, it's looking like you should be able to get at least one take profit off this table here for a nice little win at least, right? Like if you got off some for a scalp like at '06, and now you have your stop at break even. Well, I mean, you just pulled off 7 points because you got short at 11. So you just pulled out about 5 or 7 points there. Now you have your stop at break even. So you'll make at least some gas money. There you go, guys. Right back down to 105 area, another take profit zone. I wouldn't be getting short down here just because you just never know. It starts to get really, really choppy. And then you get chopped up and you're like, oh, market makers, or you make up some nonsense. But nah, you know. Next zone is between 100 to 95. That would be my next take. And then final take. I mean, final take, if you really got patience, would be 77. So anywhere in the 80s to the 77 zone would be the final take. Final take, the last take profit zone. Anytime I'm in a trade, I have 3 take profit zones. So I have my first take, my second take, and my final take. And those profit zones are all, how do I Man, I don't really live stream and do much videos these days anymore. So I'm usually just trading by myself here in the quiet and chatting with people in the Discord, like literally typing. So, let me get my thoughts together. I'm also talking to the guys about the boat I'm trying to buy. Um, okay, so the first take, second take, and final take are all dependent on the chart pattern I'm trading. All right. So the chart is going to tell me where my zones are. If I am short, then my take profit zones are going to be levels that I believe the instrument, and the reason I say instrument is because it could be a stock, it could be a crypto, it could be futures, where the instrument is going to bounce at. So if I'm short, I'm going to take profit at levels where I think there is support. There will be support. There is potential support. If I'm long, it's the same thing in reverse. So I'm going to take profits off at different zones, and those zones are going to be levels that I believe are going to potentially hold resistance. No, why? No, man, why? Ah, honestly, they got to bring that stuff to Florida on the rec level. Not necessarily to do it that way, but at least some tinctures or something, man. I'm sure it helps sleep really, really well. Fun fact: I owned one of the very first online retailers of CBD oil in history when that started. CBDoilconnection.com used to be mine. I still own the domain. If anybody wants to buy it, hit me up. Nah, just meds, not rec. Bro, I would have been richer. That's for damn sure. Since I was one of the very first retailers in that space, I'm glad you asked because I was going to say it anyways. Since I was one of the very first retailers in that space, we were carving out, basically, we were carving out the path for the people that are there now who are balling it crazy. Um, what happened was that the banking wasn't there for it. So the banking wasn't there for it. So what happened is that to charge credit cards, they started to crack down tremendously. And a lot of the mid-tier companies, like mine that weren't making 50, 100K a month at the time in sales, we got kicked to the curb. And it was almost virtually impossible to find anybody to process credit cards for us. So a lot of us who were either smaller or in the middle, we ended up having to close the doors. There was just nothing else we could do. They closed the doors. And after some time passed, and it started to become widely more accepted, then some people came in and took over the space. I'll put it to you this way. I had my now current business partner of the daytraderchatroom.com. He was my sales rep on the street going to stores, convenience stores, gas stations, smoke shops, cigar shops, head shops, all those places he would go to as a wholesaler to sell the CBD products. And they terrified, didn't want nothing to do with him. We had a handful of wholesale accounts, but most didn't want anything to do with him or anything with CBD because we were so early. And one thing, bro, when we ended up having to shut it down after a while, and fast forward now a few years, you can't go into a damn gas station that doesn't freaking sell CBD. So sometimes it's not good to be too early. That's the lesson. It was, man. It sucks. It sucks to look like, man, like, you know, it doesn't do me a whole lot of good in the marketing department because I don't flash too much, but I'm pretty damn good off. I'm pretty damn well off. Like if I really wanted to, I could pretty much sell everything and retire tomorrow and just chill. Like literally chill. Like I just breed birds in the backyard, parrots and crap. I don't know. I like animals, whatever. You know what I mean? But if that CBD thing would have kept on going, bro, would have been ridiculous. Ridiculous. Guys, before I forget, remember 40% off all my trading courses, all of them, everything. Even if you want to buy the whole package, everything, 40% off. Bang. There's the code. Save 40, save me 40 now. Damn it. That one is all jacked up. Let me fix this. There we go. That's the options course, the day trading course, the shorting course, the futures course, the advanced day trading course, everything. 40% off with that code. If you want the whole package, like you can get the whole package right here. And that's the best deal. That's the banger deal, to be honest. Here you're going to get every single course, quiz, test, exam, everything for 40% off. That is a crazy deal. Yo, Captain Crunch joining over at the Discord. Freaking love the name, Captain Crunch. It's freaking awesome. If you guys want to join the Discord, it's completely for free. Link should be there in the description section, but free Discord. Bang. Come on by, say hi. Come on by and say hi. I don't stream every single day, but I am in the Discord every single day. So we're getting that stronger bounce back we talked about right off that level. And that's why I was saying, this is exactly what I was saying. In front of that 105, 102 zone, take a little piece off, put the stop at break even, because I'm expecting a little bit of a bounce, because it's that whole number level. You know what I mean? It's 17,100. You're going to expect some sort of bounce there. What time is it? 10:24. Almost time to go home. Dun, 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 dun. Guys, there's that bounce back. Damn, that's a nice bounce back, yo. If you got long for some reason, if you like trading reversals, if you got long there in front of 10, you're up 17 points right now. It's a really nice little bounce there. I'm not a fan of reversals at all. If the Qs can break VWAP here, I think you'll start to see chop start to set into the market for the rest of the day. And I think that might be it. It's kind of like yesterday. Look at yesterday's action. Look at yesterday's action. Look at this. Look at this disastrous of a day. Look, what the freaking hell is this, bro? Bang. The world ends. Dun, 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 dun. We get back up over VWAP. This is kind of like where we're at right now, right? In current market condition right now. And then we lily gag above VWAP, break down, break back up, break back down. Like, that's what I expect today's action to be like. Basically impossible to analyze and be able to put an edge and strike on it. That's why one and done for me, man. I put the $500 in my pocket, walking away. You know, next week, as the month begins to progress, I think we'll have more opportunities, cleaner setups. I also believe, let's say mid-month into February, we'll probably see a little bit more downside to the market. Not a crash or anything wild, but a nice little methodical pullback that could give some opportunities for some nice clean shorts. I've noticed over time, I've been doing this now for, I don't even know, 7, 8 years. I'd have to count. And I've noticed over time across my analytics, I tend to trade better as a bear than a bull. And that's because I lack a little bit of patience sometimes on my longs, but I'm a little bit more patient on my shorts. And if we can get some downside mid-January into February, I'm going to be adding again to my long-term portfolio, and I'm going to be trading the absolute crap out of this futures market. There you go, guys. Cracking back towards that VWAP there. Looking like it's going to be choppy. Guys, you know what I'm going to do real quickly here before I start to head on out? The floor is yours. Any questions, any trading related questions, or any questions at all, throw them up in chat there for me. I'll be happy to answer them. And then after we're done answering that, we're going to go ahead and call it a morning. Doesn't this thing screw on right? There we go. What is my favorite prop firm? I've traded for 2 prop firms, been funded by both, and I can, yeah, of course I have. Yeah, of course I have withdrawals. I've posted them on Facebook. I've posted them on Twitter. I've posted them on YouTube. So yeah, I have withdrawals. My favorite prop firm, unequivocally, is Apex. When I first started trading with the prop firms, I was trading with Lilu. I thought at the time, because at the time, Apex rules were a little bit different. Lilu was more new trader friendly. And since I was going down the endeavor of making a futures course, because before I used to just trade on my Ninja Trader account with my funds, but I wanted to kind of go through the steps to show new traders how to get the thing done with the prop firms. And at the time, Lilu was the withdrawals with Lilu were and still are troublesome, cumbersome, if anything. But it didn't matter because I thought that their rules were more new trader friendly at the time. That's changed. Right now, Apex, super simple to use, ridiculously good on the withdrawals. All right. And I just like them better. I've been trading with them. I've been taking out withdrawals with them. So it's cool. I like them. You just can't, I don't think you can beat Apex. I don't think you can beat Apex. Right now, they have a 71% off deal. Here's a link. And they're also doing 50% off on the resets. So if you fail on the eval, you blow it up, you reset it, it's 50% off on the resets. Both those specials end, I think, on the 31st. Let me double check. Yeah, they end on the 31st because they end in 3 days and 13 hours. So that's my favorite. So my key, like my key to trading, manage risk. Don't do stupid shit. Don't do stupid shit, you know? And that's it. Just manage your risk, trade the setups, don't do stupid shit. It's pretty simple in that aspect. The hardest part is don't do stupid shit, right? Now, here is my futures course. You can use the same coupon code. What was the coupon code again? Yeah, here you go. Futures course. 40% off. And the code is save me 40 now. Code save me 40 now. Boom. Like I always tell brand new traders, you're better off getting the curriculum and learning from scratch. But if you already know how to trade and you just need to fine tune and your thing is futures, then you could probably just get away with getting the futures course and using that one, you know, going through that one. It's not just a course, there's tests in it and all that good stuff. But yeah, for newer traders, I always try to like sway them into doing the whole curriculum, because when you do the whole curriculum, I'm taking you from zero to what I know. You know what I'm saying? With the futures course, I kind of kickstarted off with a basic of what futures are. And then when we go into the trading aspect of things, I'm in my mind, the way I wrote the course, it's for somebody that already understands how to trade. You know, they already know what a bull flag is. They already know what a bear flag is, right? Those types of things. So I don't stay extra time on those topics. We cover them, but I don't stay extra time on those. So I guess you could say that it's kind of more tailored towards an intermediate trader in that aspect. I mean, a new trader could still get the futures course only and learn from it, but it's the damnedest thing, man. People sometimes they think that they can step into the arena of trading with no education or just piecing things together from YouTube, and it's like, my man, you went to college for 4 years. What for some crappy job? What in the world makes you think that you can just jump into the world of trading and trade against people who've been doing this for 8, 9, 10, 20 years? And you're just going to do it because you watch 3 or 4 YouTube videos. You know what I mean? But I don't need to sell courses to make a living. I just do it because what is it? When you do something right and you do something well, you don't do it for free. All right, guys, 10:30 a.m. I don't need to trade anymore on the day. I don't need to be on YouTube anymore on the day. I'm going to come back tomorrow morning. We're going to do another little stream here. We're going to have some fun, hang out, answer some questions, do some market commentary. I don't know if I'll trade tomorrow. Maybe, maybe not. Last day of the year. I think I want to end it on a nice fat green note. I will see you all tomorrow morning about 9:20 a.m. and swing on by the Discord to say